If the British thought conquering the Asante would be straightforward, they made one fatal mistake. They underestimated Yaa Asantewa, and history has never forgiven them for it. Yaa Asantewa was the queen mother of Ejisu, part of the Asante Empire in present-day Ghana, at the turn of the 20th century. This was the high age of European imperial confidence, the era when colonial officials believed maps, Maxim guns, and paperwork could conquer anything. Asante history had other plans. By 1900, British authority in the region was already fragile. They had exiled the Asante king, seized territory, and then committed the ultimate political insult. They demanded the golden stool, the sacred symbol of Asante sovereignty. To the British, it was just a throne. To the Asante, it was the soul of the nation. Asking for it was like asking for the sun to be boxed and shipped to London. Asante male leaders hesitated. The empire had been weakened by years of war and exile. Resistance seemed risky. This was the moment Yaa Asantewa stood up and delivered one of the most famous speeches in African history. If the men would not fight, she said, the women would. And fight they did. Yaa Asantewa led the War of the Golden Stool, a conflict later remembered as the Yaa Asantewa War, organizing troops, coordinating resistance, and defending Kumasi against British forces. This was not symbolic leadership. She commanded strategy, mobilized resources, and turned gender expectations upside down. In a colonial world that barely acknowledged African women as political actors, she became the center of resistance. The British eventually prevailed. Empires, after all, rarely lose politely. Yaa Asantewa was captured and exiled to the Seychelles, where she died in 1921. But victory on paper did not mean victory in memory. The Golden Stool was never captured. Asante identity endured, and Yaa Asantewa became something far more dangerous than a rebel, a symbol. Today, she is remembered not just as a warrior, but as proof that African women were never passive spectators of empire. They debated, organized, resisted, and sometimes picked up arms when history demanded it. Yaa Asantewa reminds us that colonialism did not advance because Africans failed to resist, but because they resisted fiercely, creatively, and at great cost.